Hi.
Hi. Hi, Kim. Hi, Chris.
Hi, everyone.
Good
Uh,
morning.
it's good to see you. I haven't seen you since the shoot,
Oh,
the video.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because it's true, but I was also like thinking, okay, how can I be I know that I'm always going to be awkward on a Zoom. And I was thinking in my mind, like, as we start this, how can I be less awkward? And then I realized just thinking that is going to make it awkward.
There's
But
no
I'm so glad
avoiding
to
the
see you
awkwardness.
guys. Congratulations on the album, Kim.
Thank you. Thanks. I mean,
It's
I'm so like this video is. I'm so happy you guys, all of you, three of you, could do it, and you're like a dream. Uh, and it came out. It's totally what I wanted, and beyond. It's so great.
Well, I feel like it's such a dream for us because, we go way back with you, but, it's so interesting because I kind of feel like everything that, at least from our perspective creatively, that we do happens at the right time. And I just felt so inspired by your album when I heard it. And I just had this feeling, I was like, I feel like we should come together and do a video. And then to have it actually happen and then to get to work with Chris, it just felt like kind of the stars aligning. And
Mhm.
what's so interesting, and maybe Chris can talk or you can talk more about it, but it felt really organic how the video came together, which is the way that I tend to like to work, but it doesn't always fall in line with that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was kind of a perfect storm in a lot of ways. I think I've known all of you for quite a while, and I've done some projects with Kim. We've done some videos with Kim, and I've done films with Kim in the past. Um, but I think getting to work with you guys and having this sort of like abstract inspiration was like, from a filmmaker standpoint, that's just like a dream. And of course, the album is so good and so unique. It was, and then working at John Cassavetes' house. I'm not sure if we're allowed to say. Sorry, but it really seemed like a perfect storm, and everything we were shooting, we were always so everybody the spirits were so high on the shoot as well. It was just so much fun to do.
Yeah, the vibes of the house were definitely in effect, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
felt
I
feel
like
like
think
they kind of
everyone
took
felt
over
it.
and guided the day a little bit. I agree.
Yeah.
I was thinking too, it's just like I remember when we first started working so much and I don't know if this is I would just kind of assume in a way this is true for all of us, but it always felt like the creative projects that would work on was almost just like getting friends together and making something happen. And then, 20 years later, things become much more complicated
Hmm.
kind of entities. And I felt like what was great about this, which speaks, I think, to the vibe of the house and just the intention of making things with people that inspire you, and that there can be kind of, um, in a way, like more of a, I think a stronger creative intention because you're of that. And I felt like that was definitely happening with this, which was really great.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well said,
agree. I
Kate.
agree.
Well, I remember I had this interesting conversation once with Nan Golden. She told me always keep your friends close and work with your friends because that's what's going to matter
Mhm.
later. And
Yeah.
it's just really true.
Yeah, it's
To
true,
me.
especially when you're like working in like a larger kind of industry with all the
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
that or something,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
kind of
yeah.
And we met, I don't even remember what year we met, Kim, but it was so funny when you said to us, I really just want to wear this dress that you had from probably that first collection we made a dress for you from.
yeah.
And I feel like that was the starting off point, was knowing that we had this piece that kind of maybe was almost 20 years old. I
Mm,
think it's from
wow.
2007.
Wow,
And
that's amazing.
But that's crazy to
isn't
me.
that's
Wow.
so
Wow.
interesting to me that we could have made
Good
something.
quality.
I know. I was
Yes.
like, this dress when Turner brought it over, I thought this dress looks really well kept, and I thought Kim is really an amazing archivist, and I just have been giving you all these compliments in my head. But it was really exciting to work with something that linked us to, you know, where we first started off knowing each other, and then all these years later and exploring your music that way. It was really such a gift to do. And I think that spirit led things that day.
I mean, like that dress, remember you said you wanted to give me a dress, and it was inspired by Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh yeah.
That's
true.
When I watched that, like the whole family
I think we
watched.
came over to your house and watched it with you. And
Yeah,
Coco.
we did a shoot.
Yeah.
It came.
We were.
watched it.
That is exactly. And I really remember. It's so weird because memory is such a strange thing, but I really remember when we like fit you for the dress. I just kind of remember the whole process of that. It's also interesting, at least for me, even seeing it, because oftentimes you make things and you don't look at them again until, you know, especially if it's like a tangible object. And then so to see something pulled out and look at it, you know, you kind of have so many different memories attached to it. And I guess in a way, it really worked visually because just, you know, for whatever reasons, it just worked in the storytelling for the video.
Yeah, well, it's funny because when I asked you guys to do a video for that song, like I forgot. I wasn't actually even thinking about the lyric, you know.
Me neither.
The dress lyric, you know. I was like, but it was just kind of just I don't know, just kind of more of an intuition about how working with you, and like I'd seen your movie, and like I really wanted it to feel like a movie more than a music video, and we talked about that. And actually I wanted to ask Chris, like, how many different cameras did you use in the shoot? And like you had this crank camera, was that 35 was that for the double exposure?
Yeah, exactly. So we had an Alexa 35, which is a digital camera, like a really high resolution filmic digital camera. And then of course we planned on doing a lot of abstracts and double exposures. So in my opinion, the best way was to do you crank it once and then stop and put the lens cap on, rewind it, and then go over it again. And it was so fun to do. And we got to bring my good friend Rick Charnosky in to do that. And they had he has a history with the girls too, which was kind of a crazy coincidence.
That's amazing.
But what just a fun shoot. I don't know. It was I think we all had such a good time, and the spirits were so high, and really great.
There were so many great vignettes that even in editing, it would be hard to choose something that was great.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, where do you even begin with what we got that day? And I think that main first shot in the room was so inspiring. And I think it led the conversation and became the natural, you know, vignette that linked everything together. And that was probably what we started the day with too. You know, it was like the first thing we did. And I remember thinking, oh, this is where Kim's going today. Let's just go there with her, and that will guide our ship.
I was going to say, almost just jumping onto what Laura was just talking about, like every situation that we created, when we were done, we were like, this could be the whole video. It just kept happening that way.
Yeah, it felt like but it felt like there's a lot of dancing.
Yeah, I know. And that was so fun. I mean,
in the stockings, so it kind of not that I'm going to make excuses for my dancing, but it was hard not to still move around.
Oh, I thought the dancing was so smooth, Kim, knowing you were wearing tights on those wood floors. That's like the hardest thing to do, is to control. I kept thinking Kim has really great core strength to not slide around.
It was interesting because I did feel like in a lot of the setups that I was like, oh, we kind of have it right here, and we could stay in this moment. I think that is actually, you know, in a strange way, I think you kind of know, at least for me, it's like instinctively we had an idea of probably how we were going to approach editing all, you know, more kind of a stream of conscious and just being in our mind the story that we had. But it was interesting as we were shooting. I was like, well, actually, we could stay in this one scenario because I could see that we were getting so much great stuff, which is, I think, more liberating because then as you're working through all the shots and all of the ideas, you kind of feel freedom because you know that you kind of have it. So then it becomes even more, for me, it can become even more loose because you're not obsessing over like, you know, the things that you think you need to get.
Well, it was amazing too, because our editor on Woodshop did the editing on this, and Kim had said, I really like certain techniques and things. And that actually helped us know that Kim wanted to be more free in what we would shoot too. So going into it, you know that you're trying to achieve a certain vibe so that when you get into the editing room, Julia could say, hey, this is, you know, really what we can put together in an interesting way to, you know, have that kind of excitement that the song makes you feel. And I think that the song is such a driving rhythm that we just really wanted to feel the ecstasy that Kim's feeling in making this song and the lyrics and the music itself.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Like the basketball aspect is one of my favorite parts.
Yeah,
You know,
cool.
you guys threw in, and the alien and like
That
So
alien
funny.
and the basketball are great. I don't know.
It's
They're
funny
great
because we
combination.
literally were just for the basketball. It was like the moment that we knew we were doing it there, I was like, oh, we have to do stuff on that court. And it just felt like, and then it's weird, but I think that that's how everything kind of made sense in terms of, I think sometimes when you're working more abstractly, it's like, you know, you structure, at least for Laura and I, we were kind of structured in an internal story that was kind of loose in our minds. But it was weird how in the end the alien just completely made sense. So there wasn't an explanation for it. I just, you know, Adam and Tina, who did the production design, were over at our house because they're good friends of ours, and we were just saying we have to use the alien.
Well, I think it's a you know, it was a great symbol of loneliness in the house, and it just worked so well. Yeah.
Yeah, but it also kind of like reflects the absurdity of where technology is going.
Right.
Yeah.
Like where it's been and our idea about like aliens and actually the aliens are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone told me once that it's just all the plants. That's really extraterrestrial life anyways. And I thought that's a good point. So we're thinking about it the wrong way. Looking for something, for it to be something that maybe it's just so simple.
Yeah, well, I think like this, the house has kind of such a 70s vibe to it in a certain way, and it kind of like the alien just seemed right at home.
Yeah.
Very right at home.
That way of thinking, you know, the way we
all think.
thought about, you know, outer space and extraterrestrial stuff. So
I think they told us we were good to wrap up whenever we're all ready.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope we can all hang out soon.
Yeah, I know, me too. And congratulations on the launch of your album, Kim. It's so exciting. It's an incredible work, and I'm so happy. I'm so grateful we got to hear it early, but now everyone else gets to hear it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, can't wait to see you guys in real
I know, can't wait to see both of you.
Yeah, you too. Great work, everyone.
Yay.
Great work. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Kim.
Back at you.
I'm so excited. Okay. Bye.
See you soon. Love you guys.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.